What's going on YouTube? JabberTech, and today is Wednesday, so we're going to take a look at this beautiful watch face for your Android Wear device, and this one is called WatchR by DeNite Appz, and this will run you $2.99 in the Play Store, so let's check it out together and see what it's all about. Looking around the watch face, you will notice this one has a nice brushed metal look with that spinner in the center to add a little bling to your style, and that looks really nice in my opinion. And then you also have 3 complications set up currently, so you have a digital time on the top there. You also have your phone's battery as well as the date and day, which is covered by these analog hands at the moment, but it is there. You also have the hourly markings along the outside, and then on the inside you do have your minute markings as well. So looking at the most basic features that we have right now, you can toggle on and off 24-hour format, and whenever you make a change, you do have to press this icon. This will send your settings to your watch, and sometimes it will take a second, so just be a little patient. You can toggle 24-hour on and off, and if you just want to see that nice spinner in the middle every time you look at your watch, you can get rid of the analog hands just like so. You have a spinner right in the middle of your watch face. I happen to like the analog hand, so I'm going to put that back. Next option we have is an hourly vibrate, and it does exactly what it says. It'll vibrate just a little bit every hour to let you know what's going on. You can also have a dual time zone, so if we want to change the time, let's change it to Casablanca. If you change that to Casablanca, you'll see that the hour hands change to 9:20, but your digital clock remains the same where you are now, so it's 4:20 here, but it's 9:20 in Casablanca. That's a really nice feature, and keeping a look at the hands, you can see that they intersect there. If you don't like that look, there is an option to make them independent, and what that does, it just basically makes it one big marker, and it looks like that. I happen to like the traditional intersecting mode, but that's really up to you, depends on your style. And then you also have what's called a smooth second hand, so you see the seconds going around there are very smooth Rolex type action. You can toggle that on and off. So you can have either the smooth scrolling seconds or you can have the ticking, whatever suits your fancy. Continuing on with the features here, you'll see that for the digital clock option, it can either activate a stopwatch, timer, or alarm clock. So tapping there on the digital clock brings you straight into your stopwatch. That's really useful if you need to quickly activate a stopwatch or a timer or set your alarm. Moving on to the next feature, you have a few options for your date format. You see I have it set up to Tuesday, February 5th, but you can change that if you like. You can make it a little shorter, so I just changed that there. Moving to the next features, you have a couple options here within the watch face. Activating interactive options will basically give you an action whenever you click that complication. I have it toggled on, and to show you what I mean, if you click on date, it will bring up if you have any events within your calendar. I'll get into that later when I show you some more complications, but if you toggle that off, it basically means that you won't have any accidental taps. So clicking on the date no longer brings up my calendar and events, and clicking on the clock no longer brings up that stopwatch feature that I had before. That really helps with preventing accidental clicks. The next option, you have your unread notification, and what this will do is it'll show you a number of notifications that you've missed. So let me send myself a text and I'll show you what it looks like on the watch face. With unread notifications turned on, you now see that I have a number 1 at the 6th position, and that basically tells me that I have 1 unread notification, and it'll also show up in ambient mode, so that's really nice. You don't have to activate your watch, draining even more battery. You can just take a look at your watch face and realize that you have a few missed messages. That's a really nice option to have. I definitely appreciate that, and it looks really nice. Again, everything on this watch face is in high definition, really excellent quality. Disabling your animate background will stop that spinner from spinning, and this is useful if you need to save a little extra battery on your watch face, because turning that on does take a little bit extra juice, but it is nice to look at. It is a nice design choice, and this is a blingy watch face, so I tend to leave that on. I notice it really doesn't drain all that much from my battery life. Looking at another option here, you have background tint, and I don't know if this is really going to show up on camera, but it just changes the background just a tiny bit. So let me see if I can show that for you. It's really most seen in dark scenarios. So I turned off all the lights to show you this feature. I'm going to enable it now. and you notice a little tint in the background there. Now we get to the fun features of the always on mode, and taking a look at this one, this will save you the most battery life, and it is kind of stylish in my opinion as well. This is the outline with the analog mode turned on. You can see that you have your hands there and nothing else. This one is really useful. This is probably the one that will save you the most battery life for those of you that are battery conscious. This is the one that you'd want to use. It shows you what you need to see, and that's about it. But you can also change that, which I'll get into now. If you enable complications, you'll see that you do have the complications show up in your ambient mode. Turning the grayscale mode on, you can see it basically changed everything that I had on my watch face into grayscale. This is definitely something that you should turn on, because I've definitely had some looks and questions about what kind of watch I had when I had the grayscale turned on. It just looks pretty unique, and I like this option. If you turn off the complications, all you're really presented with is the time, and that's nice too. You don't need to see all the extras if you don't want to. The last ambient feature that we have here is the full color, and that basically does what it sounds like. Everything that's on your watch gets turned into ambient, so there's really no difference between when your watch is on or off. I personally don't recommend this one. It is nice to have, but this does take the most battery life, and this is ambient mode. If I take the watch out of ambient mode, you'll see it looks exactly the same, just a lot brighter. And let's say you're someone that really likes the grayscale or the outline feature, you have an option here that has always ambient. And when you enable always ambient, it does exactly what it sounds like. Your watch face will now be whatever your ambient mode is. So I'm going to put it back to the outline one just to show you. This is the outline in ambient, getting the watch out of ambient. That's what it looks like. And then you have your screen awake time. You can set it anywhere from 5 seconds up to 20 seconds. And now you can customize even more with this watch face. You have different backgrounds you can choose from. So let me just cycle through them here and you can see what they look like. So overall, you have some nice options here. Now that we took a look at the different backgrounds, there are also some markers that you can choose from. And let's cycle through them. If you don't want any markers, you can definitely disable them, and all of them will turn off. This is another style. Yet another style. Really, you can make this watch your own by customizing the background and the markers, and then we're not done with the customization features. What you can do here, you can also adjust the small markers, the numbers, the small numbers, and the complication. I'm not going to go over all of them. I'll just show you a few of them. For the small markers, I just changed it there, and you can see that they're really tiny now. And if I change one more for you, that's another style of the small markers. You have 6 different small markers you can choose from. And then the numbers, you can also change the numbers. So I have the standard numbers there. You can also change that if you want. And it'll look like that. Let's change it one more for you. And there we go. So again, you can really change this and customize this to your heart's content. And I really enjoy that. You definitely get your money's worth with this watch face. And each one is definitely well designed, well made, HD, super crisp, super clear, really, really nice. You can also change those small little numbers on the inside. So when I say you can change everything, you really can. You also have sliders, so you can change where the numbers are positioned, and you can also make them smaller or larger. So I'm going to show you on my phone because it's just easier to see. Pay close attention to the numbers. If I move the slider, you can see that the numbers actually get smaller and smaller, and they're moving closer to the center. Now they're so tiny you can barely see them. So that's another look for your watch face as well. And if I enlarge those, you can see the numbers appeared and they are super large. So that's a really nice option. Again, you can change just about everything on this watch face. And these are the small numbers. You can see that I've moved them. Pay close attention. So you can really make anything that you want. You could probably design your own specific watch face for days, and you would still have more options that you could choose from. Moving along to the complications list here, you can change what the dials look like. So there we go, that's one look. I'll show you another one. That's another look. Show you one more. So you have a few options there that you can change. That's another look as well. And then you also can change the hour hands. That's another look for you. There's one more. You can change the minute hand. Change it again for you. And then the second hand is also customizable. Change that again. Really awesome, really nice. Tons and tons of customization features. Now for the center dial, you can change that as well. I just enlarged it as well with that slider. And let me choose another one for you. There's another one. When I say you could spend days designing your own watch face, I'm not even joking. We're not even done with the customization. And for this one, I am just going to show you, but you can change the colors for everything on this watch face. So you can change the background color, large markers, small numbers, ambient outline color, numbers color, text color, seconds, minutes, and hours color. So you really can spend time on this and get your $2.99 worth. Definitely worth it. And I'm just going to show you a cool one that I really like being able to see on watch faces, and it has to do with the ambient outline. I'm just going to change that color. And you just saw that I changed the ambient outline color. Really cool. I really like seeing that on more and more watch faces. Really enjoyable. I definitely like that. And finally, I know this is a long video, guys, but this watch face definitely deserves it. Now you have a list of complications. So you can choose from either 2 complications all the way up to 6. And I just changed the complication to 4. So now my ambient mode is changed as well. And then you have a choice for your complications for digital clock, current date, watch battery, phone battery, both watch and phone battery, step counter, weather conditions, or a shortcut. Clicking on the blank one, you get an option to choose anything that's able to be used as a complication in Android Wear 2.0. So clicking on that, you're presented with a list of just about everything. Let's say I want to add a shortcut to Shazam. All I do is click on Shazam there. And now I have my Shazam shortcut, which actually looks really nice too. I like that little icon for Shazam. But then clicking on it brings up Shazam instantaneously so I can find out what tunes are playing around me. Really nice. I definitely like that. Really cool. I definitely like the option to have 6 shortcuts. That can definitely make life a lot easier. And I just selected 6 shortcuts on my watch. Let's see it take place. And there they are. So if you really want to control this watch just from your wrist without getting into any of the menus, you can do so with this, and you can change and add a shortcut or a complication in just about everything, as well as with all the other options that you have. You have this slider, and moving the slider, you can bring your complications out or bring them in to the center. So if you have fingers that are able to touch all of those, you can leave them in the center and you'd still be able to see your nice watch face design. But if you bring them out, making them easier to access, you definitely cover up some of your watch face. So you really need to find the middle ground and put them where you want to, where it's most convenient for you and where it's most accessible for you to do so. And then finally, once you've gotten through everything that you wanted to customize and you want to make it yours, all you have to do is save your current theme. And what's cool about it, if you want to share your watch face with me, say you created something that should be featured on my channel, click share. And that's really cool. So if you guys have created an awesome watch face, definitely reach out. I would like to check it out because I'm not really one to make customizations and spend hours upon hours. I do the basics, and when I have time, I definitely get into more and more customizations. But what I also like about DeNite, he gave us some themes. He made some nice themes for us, and you have a few of them here that you can just load on the fly. So whether you're like me, where you like to keep things simple and just load the defaults, Or if you're like me and you had some free time and you decided to make a watch face and spend hours upon hours customizing just about everything, you can save it and you can share it, making it very easy for you to share your favorite watch faces with people. So anyway, guys, this has been a Watch Face Wednesday review of DeNite's WatchR watch face, and I definitely say pick this one up. I really have never seen the amount of customization that I've seen with this particular watch face on any watch face, and he deserves a lot of credit, and definitely give him credit by purchasing this if you like what you saw. Let me know in the comments below if there's any watch face you want me to check out, and I'll definitely do so for you guys and make a review of it. But this has been a Watch Face Wednesday of WatchR. Catch you guys next time.